everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Welcome. For those of you who are new to our channel, all the food that we love, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you get all the latest updates whenever we post a new video. My name is Emily.
And my name is Andy. Selamat datang ke channel kami sekali lagi. Dan pada minggu ini, kami memaparkan Samyang Noodle.
Twice the pain.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason why we put it all in bowls is because we want to test our spice level. Okay, how much we can take, how many Samyang bowls that we can take. We have 10 bowls here, which means 5 for me and 5 for Andy. Let's see if we can finish all 5.
Let's see if I can take the spice. Boleh tak saya terima untuk makan kerana pedasnya ni? Okay, let's begin.
Okay, also we're not gonna show it to you, but over here we have dumplings that I made, but my frying skills are really very bad, so it doesn't look as appetizing, I would say, but it tastes really it tastes really very good. It's just that it all the hummus. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna start. Okay, so the condition is that we will eat as much as possible. There's no time limit. Okay, you can take a rest if you want to, but as we go along.
But this one ni bukan satu challenge lah.
No, it's not. It's just how to test ourselves. As we go along the bowls, we will also tell our stories. Okay, so today we are going to talk about
Pakcik Security Guard.
Yeah, experiences by security guards, and I'm sure security guards would have loads of ghost stories to tell because they work very late at night.
Betul. Dan mungkin ini adalah salah satu episod untuk Pakcik Guard, dan mungkin seterusnya mungkin ada lagi yang kami akan memaparkan cerita daripada security guard yang lainnya lah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my first bowl.
Okay,
so we're gonna go this way, you're gonna go this way, okay?
Tak kisahlah gimana pun. Tapi tengok ni. Merah dia saudara. Okay, Samyang ni kalau kita nak makan, kita kena unggar dia semula. Pasal bila kita dah set upkan dia kan, jadi dia dia punya rempah dia dah menurun ke bawah. Dia yang atas dia menjadi kering.
I'm scared. I'm scared for my life.
I'm scared for my... Okay. Oh. Saudara, saya rasa saya tak makan ni.
You can see how many bowls you can finish. Yang go take your milk now. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my story. This is not a local story, so this security guard is US based.
Oh, US punya?
Yeah. I got it from this story. I got it from Reddit. And this security guard, he doesn't have to do patrol. It's just that he has to be at he's guarding a park. Okay, so he just have to be at the guard post. This security guard, he is, Ya Allah, he is guarding a park. Okay, and he is on the night shift. So, but it seems that because he told 2 stories, and both stories it's when he was doing night shift. Okay, so he was in the park. He was at the guard post. While he was at the guard post, he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone. And his girlfriend was, entertaining him because it was really late at night already. And he was just chit-chatting with his girlfriend on the phone. And then suddenly, a man who is also a security guard, but not from his company,
Okay.
actually entered his guard post. So he was obviously taken aback, and he was like thinking, why is this security, why is this guy, why did this guy enter his guard post when they're not from the same company? So he asked the security guard, the other security guard, hey man, and then the other security guard who just came in, and he said, hey, hi. So he was like, why aren't you, which company are you from? He was obviously asking this guy questions, huh? So he was like, which company are you from, man? Because you're not wearing the same uniform as us. And then the other security said, oh, I'm actually from another company who is overseeing a pharmaceutical fair at this park. And it's like, okay, where is it? Where is this park? He asked. And then this guy said, oh, it's over at the other side. It's out of your view. It's over at the other side. It's really at the corner. And then the guy said, oh, right, I see. Alright, you go on your date. So the guy said, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll be on my way. So he moved on. He went out of the guard post, and this guy continued chit-chatting with his girlfriend. Until his shift ended in the morning. So the moment his shift ended, another...
Mantap dan.
Oh, that's fast. Then
Pedas lagi saudara, tak boleh tahan. Jadi, apa ni?
when his day ends, right? His night shift ends. So the next security guard came in. He told the other security guard what happened the night before, and he said, "Hey man, there's another security guard that came in the guard post yesterday. He is from another company, security company." And then this guy was like, hold on. He took out his mobile phone, and then he started calling his supervisor. And then he passed the phone. He was like quite frantic when he was talking to his supervisor. And he was like, here, talk to the supervisor. And then he took the phone, talked to the supervisor, and the supervisor actually said, whomever that you met yesterday was not from our company. We are the only company that has got that is permitted to secure that premises. No other company are doing any fair. So that security guard was actually a security guard that was from a mall next door. That the mall was connected to the park. So that security guard was killed about 6 months ago from a random shooting. Yeah. So he was like, you sure? And the supervisor said, yes, you're not the only one who gets to see this security guard.
Adik saya cuba bunuh saya.
I did not, Samyang did.
Baik saudara,
Second bowl.
saya tak tahu boleh capai itu second bowl ke tidak saudara. Baik. Cerita saya adalah berlakunya di Malaysia, iaitu di Batu Pahat. Baik. Bagi mereka yang, bagi anda juga yang tahu, Sport Hospital Batu Pahat.
Where's Batu Pahat?
Di Johor. dan mereka telah membina aras baru ataupun bangunan yang barulah. Jadi hospital yang lama tu ada security guard juga, tetapi oleh kerana yang baru tu tidak ada security guard, jadi mereka terpaksa assign ataupun disuruh menjaga bangunan barulah. Baik. Cuma pencerita ni dia tidak memberitahu berapa banyak aras yang ada. Cuma dia memberitahu makcik dia ni adalah Mak Gad lah. Bukan Pak Gad Mak Gad, pasal dia seorang wanita. Dia menjaga salah satu aras di bangunan yang baru. Baik. Di bangunan yang baru ni kerana belum ada ciri-ciri hospitalnya, jadi mereka harus menjaga dengan tidak begitu ketat lah. Jadi mereka hanya harus duduk di tempat meja mereka saja. Baik, jadi tak tahu nak ambil ke tidak saudara. Okey, jadi
Mak.
dijadikan si Mak Gad ni ataupun si pencerita punya makcik ni, wow, you can really finish. Beliau telah duduk sedang menjaga di tempat meja mereka lah, dan dia bekerja pada waktu malam, shift malam.
It's not that I'm upset, okay?
Dan perkakas-perkakas di hospital tu belum lengkap, hanya baru segelintir atau sebahagian. Jadi sebahagian barang-barang tu baru dihantar pada siang hari. Jadi pada malam hari tidak ada penghantaran lah. Jadi hanya sebahagian, mungkin troli dan sebagainya, katil untuk buat berikutlah. Jadi si makcik pencerita ni ataupun Mak Gad ni sedang beliau duduk di meja security guard, tiba-tiba dia ternampak seorang lelaki, tetapi tidak nampak dengan jelas kerana dia begitu hitam, seperti lembaga hitam saja. Seperti lembaga hitam saja, dan dia menolak troli. Jadi kerana dia ketakutan sangat tu, setiap kali kata orang tu troli tu ditolak, semakin dekat dengan beliau. Jadi dia tidak boleh ke mana-mana kan? Nak lari, dia tidak boleh meninggalkan pos dia, kan? Kerana ketakutannya dia tu, dia pingsan di situ. Dan kawan security guard mereka telah.
He was so scared because the silhouette is pushing a trolley and is nearing.
Yes. Dan dia oleh kerana ketakutan tu dia pingsan lah. Jadi kawan beliau tu sebab dah terlalu lama kan agaknya, dia mungkin security guard kan orang ada peralihan waktu, mungkin terjumpa dengan dia dan dia pingsan dan dikejutkan dan dibangunkan oleh temannya lah. Tetapi mungkin nasib beliau tu mungkin memang
Tak berbaik,
cukup bukan cakap tak begitu baik. Yalah, kerana dia adalah seorang security guard kan. Jadi dia tidak boleh menolak apa yang telah disuruh oleh majikan. Jadi setelah itu semua berlaku dan telah masukkan semua perkakas-perkakas dan mungkin dan dokus semuanya masuk di situ, dia pula ni diasingkan ataupun dipindahkan ke tempat yang baru, di hospital yang baru, di bahagian yang baru lah, maksudnya itu bahagian yang baru, mungkin ada tempat lagi yang dipilih. Masalahnya sekarang ni dia dipindahkan lebih dekat dengan bangunan mandinya. Bayangkan saudara, macam mana perasaan anda kalau anda telah melalui pengalaman itu dan kemudian harus dipindahkan ke tempat yang lebih menyeramkan. Cuba bayangkan. Kalau saya, of course tidak. Pasal itu memang kata orang tu mata pencarian dia. Dan dia takkan quit lah. Dan dia terus juga melakukan pekerjaan dia seperti biasa. Dan ini adalah tanggungjawab bagi Pak Gad atau Mak Gad yang harus mereka tempuhi lah.
This is the
Second bowl.
This is the most painful horror mukbang that I've ever made. Like my whole entire face is super numb right now. My fourth bowl. By the way, all these 10 bowls, right? It's made out of 5 packets of Samyang 2 times spicier noodle.
Cai oh. Nasib baik ada camping adik saya ni. Dia tidak begitu
Tumbling.
Dia tidak begitu maksud saya tu dia menolonglah untuk tidak begitu pedas. So kalau anda makan ni kan, yang 2 times space ni, dia panas yang muka tu sampai ke telinga.
Yeah. So this is my 4th bowl.
Saya rasa saya tak boleh makan lagi satunya pun. Beras.
Okay, I already done 3.
Nasib baik ni bukan challenge. Kalau tidak saya kalah.
Kena tok ke tampi. So my second story it's about the same person. It's the same guy's experience. Yeah. So apparently because he is a security guard, that's his main job. So that's the reason why he, like I said lah, when you work as a security guard, you would tend to see stuff like this. So one night, this time around he wasn't alone. He was with a friend. Both of them are security guards. Okay, so they are sitting at their guard post, and this time around he has to guard the entrance of the park. So he, it's already late at night. I think the second story happens at about 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so he was looking out at the entrance of the park to see if there's any car approaches. So when he was staring at the entrance of the park, he felt someone very tall standing behind him. So he was like, "Josh, are you standing behind me?" Without looking at his friend, because he was just, it's just the two of them, right? So he was like, must be his friend, right? So let me take a bite of this death noodle. So he said, "Josh, why are you standing behind me?" And his friend responded, "I'm not standing behind you." So he can feel the presence of the tall man right behind him, and that he can actually feel the breath of this person on his neck. So he didn't want to turn around. So he was like, "What should I do?" And then out of sudden, because he was, he froze, because he was like, he kept thinking to himself, what should I do? And suddenly, because he is wearing, I think he's a Catholic, he was wearing the rosary, the Christian rosary, the Catholic rosary, sorry. And he could feel this particular figure behind him reach out for his rosary and pull the rosary up. He can actually see his rosary levitated, being lifted up like this.
Dia ternaik lah.
Yeah.
Seperti seorang sedang mengangkat.
Yeah. And that figure was actually holding up his rosary like this, looking at the cross.
Bayangkan saudara, dia tidak takut dengan itu ya.
So he just didn't move, and he just wait until that thing release his rosary. And I think that figure doesn't mean any harm. It's just that possibly that thing just passed by, stop at the guardhouse, try to check things out, and then the figure just left.
Adakah mungkin benda tu ingin memberitahu sesuatu pada beliau dengan
Don't
cara
think so,
seperti itu?
because nothing happened after that.
Oh, okay. Pelik ya saudara. Kadang kita tahu benda-benda ini, makhluk halus ni dia takut dengan kalau kita orang Islam takut dengan ayat suci Al-Quran, dan bukan yang orang Islam seperti Kristian dan sebagainya, mereka semacam takut dengan perkara-perkara seperti ini yang mereka ada kan. Tapi mereka pelik kerana dia berani sehingga memegang benda. Bayangkan saudara, kalau anda di tempat beliau, macam mana?
And I think it lifted up to a point that it seems like that thing is actually looking at it.
Bayangkan.
I think this is my limit, man.
Cerita saya terakhir pada hari ini, pengalaman saya sendiri. Baik. Semasa ayah dan mak mengambil saya pulang, waktu tu saya senja dan maghrib tak saya pada tu. Saya pun daripada bangunan tu ada satu bangunan, dan di luar bangunan tu adalah satu jalan raya, dan di mana jalan raya tu hanya jalan matilah, dan dia harus membuat pusingan di situ, dan ada pusingan. Jadi ayah memberhentikan kereta di situ, dan ayah dan mak akan menampak saya pulang daripada salah satu tempat lah, either dari sini ataupun dari sana lah. Jadi pada hari tu saya selepas habis kerja, saya terlalu haus, saya singgah ke kedai, di mana kedai tu berada di sebelah yang sana lah kan. Jadi saya singgah ke kedai, minum air, beli air, dan saya terus langsung keluar lah, menuju ke kereta. Baik, semasa saya menuju ke kereta, mak sedang tidur. Jadi sebelum sampai itu, tiba-tiba mak pun sadar lah daripada bangun. Dan seperti mana kita tahu, kalau kita sadar, mata kita tu masih macam apa kata orang tu,
Trying to focus.
Dan kita boleh nampak kadang-kadang macam kurang tepat lah apa yang kita nampak tu kan. Jadi mak nampak saya menuju ke kereta, dan saya dan mak pun macam cuba nak tidur balik lah. Jadi saya masuk ke kereta, dan ayah bertanya lah, "Oh abang dah habis kerja?" Cakap, "Dah habis lah nampaknya." Jadi mak pun tersadar kerana perbualan ayah dengan saya kan. Jadi mak tanya, "Bang, yang jalan dengan kau tadi tu kawan kau?" Masalahnya, saya tahu saya jalan seorang saudara. Tidak ada orang di situ pasal maghrib. Jadi orang-orang yang resident di situ pun mereka sedang ada yang makan malam dan sebagainya. So tak banyak orang yang jalan di situ. Jadi saya jalan seorang diri. Jadi mak bertanya, "Bang, yang jalan sebelah kau baju putih tu macam kau tu kawan kau?" Dia cakap, "Mana ada orang?" "Ada, tadi mak bila mak buka mata tu ada nampak orang jalan sebelah kau."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Jadi saya pun cakap, tak ada orang jalan sebelah saya mak. Jadi mak cakap, "Ada, mak nampak orangnya beruban." Mak cakap, orangnya beruban, dan potongan dia macam G.I. Joe dekat lah. Dan tiba-tiba saya teringat, ini apa yang mak saya ceritakan ni macam salah satu security guard yang bekerja dekat situ.
So was he working together with you?
Mungkin. Tapi mungkin orang tu dah tak nampak. Pasal mak tak tahu yang orang ni sebenarnya dah meninggal bulan lepas. Dia
I got chills everybody.
Dia meninggal kerana heart attack. Dia ada heart attack pada tempat kejadian di mana dia sedang bekerja pada waktu itu.
So that's about it, and I won. Okay,
memang
so
saya kalau benda-benda yang pedas memang saya kalah, saudara. Lagi-lagi untuk perut saya kan, memang saya kalah.
So I have finished 3.5. I thought I could finish 4. In my mind, I was like determined to finish 4, but I can only finish 3.5. But the dumpling really helped, even though it looks horrible. Okay, this is actually mine, right? Supposedly. So my brother left with 3. He's the weakest of the link. Okay, I think that's about it for this week. If you have anything to add on to the topic of security guard experiences, please leave it in the comment below. If you have any stories that you want to share with us so that we can tell the stories on your behalf, please also leave a comment down below.
Dan jangan lupa subscribe, jangan lupa kecil bell, dan jangan lupa like.
We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.